Okie doke. Been wanting to try and do this for a while now, and just put some lighting in to do this. And we're still not going to. I need a better system. Hang on 2 seconds. I'm going to get one. This is called the better system. This is called sit on the chair and roll around and show you what we are going to clear. Everything you're going to see here is either a CB radio, or it's a marine radio, or it's a early model something, but they'll all be included, and there is quite a bit of stuff here. Anyway, all of this, just to be very clear, is AM only, unless it's a marine and it's got sideband as well, then sure. And as we go through, you're going to see some radios that match your sideband radio, and you know, you might own a Curious Spartan but you don't own the Renegade 40, or you know, blah blah blah, the 5470, but you haven't got the matching AM, all that stuff. Well, I wish I had the time to take this to the degree where we could test every one of them and try and, you know, help everybody out, but time is just not on our side, unfortunately. So what we're going to try and do, this probably would be a 20-minute video. We've got to get through a lot of radios, but I'm going to try and sort of pan through and maybe pick up on some of the ones that are a little bit interesting, even though they're AM. You know, the Craco mobiles, the Sharp, of course, is a, you know, interesting one. Even the Uniden, the 510XL. I mean, if you own the 810 and the 640E, etc., I mean, it's a nice one to sort of put alongside it. We're looking for somebody who can be that person that buys all these, makes a fortune out of it, I'm sure. This is not going to sell for a lot of money. This is, you know, compared to what it owes us. But if somebody else can be the person who delegates each radio and gives it a test and gets it out to a client, and, you know, I mean, if this radio here sells for $35 to someone who's got the 5470 and wants specifically that, and we haven't got the time to test it, you know, our radios are going to be on average $10 a radio, so it's going to be really, but there's a caveat emptor, you got to take them all. All right, so let's just go through. I'm going to just not try and, I don't want to oversell this. Some of these radios are what they are. Some are rare, some are not, and obviously some are working, some are not. So this is, as I've explained, for somebody who, I can even have this little fella here. This is actually a CB, AM CB push-to-talk transceiver. Would you believe it? From NEC. Some of this stuff is old, and it's it's either junk or it's collectible, one or the other. I've just set up my light over here just so that we can get some down these little dark alleyways, a little bit better look at it. You know, TX55 HMV Roadhound. If you've got the other HMVs, well, you know, Sanyo TA6100. I mean, I've got quite a few Sanyos. You'll see as we get through some of this stuff here. A lot of electrophones. I put a huge value on a lot of those, to be, you know, honest. Not everything's going to come with a mic. We'll throw in, you know, any mics that are sitting around these radios. That's no problems. But we once again don't have time to go racing around finding mics for everything. Boy, there's a few bits there. A lot of GMEs there, Sanyos, Super Cougar Mark II. Look at that, jeez. It's some of the realistics. Is that Lafayette or something down there? Oh, I can't see, to be honest. Colour looks like Lafayette. Yeah, I reckon it's an old Lafayette. Some Marines. The old Sears. A lot of American stuff in here, by the way. A lot of American stuff. Lots. Once again, I don't want to overrate that. These are AM sets. The US sort of values their AM sets more than we do, and we're not big buyers of AM sets. Let's be honest. Hence my comment of, you know, there's not going to be a huge deal. I'm not going to buy my next supercharged car out of this, although I do like the new GT4 RS. I really do. I own the GT4, but I don't have the RS. Anyway, all right, so that's just the first little stack there. Now I want to be careful because I don't want to photograph anything. We've got some shelves here where, but this is shelf 1. If we call this shelf 1, and we sort of cordon that off and say, look, everything on that shelf there is going to go to whoever wants it, then that's great. You'll probably get some other AM sets thrown in. Don't get me wrong, we have some boxed AM sets and some stuff that came from the New Zealand Museum, which no way in the world that's going in this. I mean, David from Yeticom has one of the best collections of Royce and various things. Like every numbered Royce, he's got them all. So I've got those here too, but that's a different deal. They'll be going, but not just yet. All right, so let me go to spot number 2, which is just around the corner. Okay, actually there's some really nice stuff in here. Old Stalkers and T-Berries and Pioneer. I mean, like just that Pioneer radio alone, we've sold them for $100. I'm serious. You know what? I don't sort of want to underrate some of the stuff that's in there. Buying a Pioneer GT202 is an interesting trick these days. And we've got 2 or 3 of them, I think, in this lot. More Sharp 18 channel stuff. Another Sharp down the bottom there. Now there is some Royce. Now if you see a Royce in these poles, it's yours, no problems. Robert's RCB 55. There's a Lafayette for sure. As I said, a lot of American stuff. Cobra, GE, Royce, Cobra again. If we've mistakenly got a sideband set in here and you spot it, and it's, look, if it's a shitty sideband set, I'm not too worried, but if it's a, sort of obviously not meant to be in the pole, you're just going to need to forfeit that one. But I don't think we have, to be honest, but we'll have a look. All right. Oh, okay, that one took a hit. Riley. Jesus. Oh man, did that take a hit. Oh wow. Okay. That used to be an RCB 40, but that okay. I mean, the buyer can have it, still got a mic. Righto. More Unitons, fanfares, couriers, Fannons, sorry. A lot of realistic stuff in this. I'm going to need to move this box, aren't I? This is part of our new packing area we just set up here. And yeah, I need to move something. Hang on 2 ticks. Okay. Back into it. Old DSE stuff. Now, I've got a lot of Dick Smith electronic branded stuff, a lot of Hornet stuff, a lot of, Anyway, all got to go. More GEs. There's an old Tomcat 23C. Not the 23B, 23C actually. Yeah, okay. That looks like a Shakespeare down there. Now I'm going to have to get under here. This will be interesting. Alright. Yeah, a lot of stuff that's... don't mind the cobwebs. The stuff's been sitting around a while, as you can tell. Some old mechas. And I'm just going to put the camera down there. I can't actually see some of this very well. But some more Royces there. More Roadhounds, etc, etc. Okay, now we come up. And so we'll call that shelf number 2. Just so we're very clear on, what shelves there are. So things like teleradio bases, realistic, Royce, Navajos. Oh boy. Some a bit dirty. I'm not going to try and kid you. Here's one of those motorbike radios that people used to put on. Quite good actually with the intercoms and everything. More Unitons. Hang on, let's go down this here. Sorry. Like if you've got a Philips 201, then you've got the AM 101 to suit. There's all different ideas. If you've got the AP series Apollos, you can have the AM set to suit. And this is why there is some money to be made out of this lot by somebody who's got a lot more time than I have, because there are people that want the matching AM set for the sideband set they've got. So this is shelf number 3, and everything on there, including anything that's not much there. It's just something that covers off actually. Another 802, etc, etc. All right, we're going to call this number 4, shelf number 4, and this has got a few interesting ones on it. AP802 again. The old they were the old Seekies, weren't they? Yeah, Seeky Electronics. Yeah, yep. Jeez, we worked on those at Jensen's. That's a lot of years ago. Look, there are parts radios too. Like we've got a Renegade that's perfect in our bunch. That there's obviously a parts radio for it that we've kept. So not everything is a worker, as sort of mentioned. A lot of realistics, a lot of presidents, etc, etc. That's an old Lafayette. That's that Micro 66. That's an old radio. Very desirable for a lot of people. This here, by the way, is the base module for the little fella here. They used to put them on, well, they'd have that head sort of sitting in the early days, 23 channel AM with the microphone. Midlands, more realistics, more General Electrics. Goodness, more Cracos, Sanyos, Unidens, Royces, High Gain 2. I mean, see, there you go. That High Gain 2, that's, and it's in, once you get the dust off, it's in pretty good nick. You know, there are people that want those. There are people that don't too. Some of you are looking at this video and saying, but it's AM. I get it. Look, I'm not even going to try and convince you. A lot of people love these old Xtals. Crystals, Xtals, yeah. I think we've got some sideband versions of those too, to be honest. Alright, now, unless there's nothing... This is the primary pile of stuff that a lot of this came down from Queensland. And obviously, you know, it's been stuff that we've picked up on over the years. See if you've got an AX144, that's the little AX14 present, yeah. A lot of them work quite fine. I know that for a fact, but I, you know, don't have the time to go through and individually check what does, what doesn't. We probably, I'm just going to have a quick look whether there's anything to add to this, because we may add to a shelf 3 or something, just to fill in a spot here. But I just need to have a very quick look. I probably should have done this before I started this video, but let's just pause for a second. I'll bring back anything that I think needs to go on that shelf there. Okay, I just grabbed a whole lot of other ones off a shelf. Super Cougars, the AM810s, some of these with the Amstrad sort of lookalikes, Electrophones. You know what, the mics are probably worth as much as the radios. So we'll throw that on shelf 3. Just have a little look around. I just want to grab anything else that can just be starting to save us a bit of space, and starts getting us to the point where we just auction the whole lot off. Okay, a few more. I think we're going to be doing this for a while. Apollos, realistic, a lot of realistics here. A few 474s, etc, etc. Colt 444, realistic. More realistics. More realistics. Gee, there's an old original 424. Okay, just let me see what else, because all this will be going into that spot over there, and we'll call that shelf 3. And so you're basically coming in and grabbing anything on this shelf here that's AM, anything on here. Obviously some of these sideband sets on the end here are not included, the digiscans are not included, but anything on this top shelf here and anything on this bottom shelf down here. So as you can see, we need the space. Things are crazy. And look, for those you haven't seen, this is how crazy it is. This is all top of the line stuff through here. There's just so much gear through here, it's not funny. And for those that you know the story of how much has moved so far, you know that we've only touched the surface. But anyway, all right, let me just I'm just going down these aisles here, just picking out any more AMs that I sort of don't really have a lot of knowledge of, that, you know, can just sort of go into this pile here. Just a few more. Some pretty rare realistic AM sets, in that one in particular, and the 447, this GE Mobile, they were quite a nice little design. As you can see the side of them, don't want to carry on too much about any one radio, but they'll all be included on shelf 3 as well. Okay, got to make sure we don't double up. We got to about here, so we've got more RCB 55 Roberts, JC Penney's. I'm actually getting into some of the American stuff. I just thought I'd throw into this Craco KCB 4004, try and find one of those. The old Signet, I think that'll be an 18. It's an 18, yep. What do we got here? Oh, Transonic, geez, you won't see too many of those over here for sure. More realistics. Quite a few Robins in the AM series. It just shows you how many models they bought out. It's crazy amount, to be honest. Anyway, all right, I'm going to have one last look because I'm going to fill up that shelf. But just what we've added to it is from there to there, just by going for a hunt down one aisleway. There are hundreds more radios here, as everybody knows. I need the space, so it's all got to go. All right, I'm just going to have one last look, just for anything that, you know, might just kind of stand out as going into this lot. And then, well, I don't know what we're going to do here. I think it's going to go off to auction, just to auction the whole lot. So we'll see what we do there. It's a good question. I'm going to throw in, I know how and who I can get good money for this just without even trying. I'm going to throw this in the deal. This is a Courier Tedalex 5000, very rare radio. We just found a few more that can go in there as well. 40 channel GE. Now, people sort of don't think about this, but the value of this 40 channel here is in the dial. I've paid $50 just to get a dial to put on a radio. Seriously, you know, that'll go on to just about anything. And yeah, sometimes you got to look at the value, especially, you know, if you're restoring, you've got to find ways to do things, you know, the cheapest way possible at times. And sometimes that's it. You know, we'll take a disc off there, remove the knob, 2 screws out, put that disc onto a Bush Ranger, bang. You know, it's now working on a 40 channel Bush Ranger, but we didn't have the disc, you know, blah blah blah. So they're little hints and tricks of you know, what we've been doing over the years, just to sort of get radios to the stage where they're at. All right, I'm buggered, but one more look. Okay, out of breath, had to move these. Let's throw in not 1, not 2, 5 Royce base stations into this pile, and they're beautiful. A bit of dust on them, absolutely, no question about that, but need a breath. 7 Royce base stations. These are 2 619s, yeah, and yeah, 40 channel. These are nice. Boy, I don't know who you are out there. That's going to be it. Only because I'm tired. Look, I may throw some other stuff in. We'll see how we go. But there you go. This is what's all going to be auctioned off. And oh, down there, etc., etc. Unfortunately, it's one buyer takes all. And a little bit darker down here than it was earlier. One buyer takes all. But at least you're getting an idea of what there is. We do have certain AM sets which are big money spinners, no question. We know what they are. And look, there's certain AM sets which we're actually exporting back to the US at the moment for clients. They're mainly the base radios that are 1970s. Give you an idea, some of the sort of stuff sitting in here. There's quite a bit of Sparkomatics and quite high gain, etc. That stuff the US wants back. They want their Royces back too. I've just got a lot of Royces, so I'm going to include a few Royces in this pile. So now you've seen it all, I'll leave you to judge what you think it's worth. I think it's going to be an eBay auction because I just have no other way of really thinking what to do this, or how to do it. We can box it all up and chuck it into boxes like so. I don't want to overrate that though. We'll just be basically packing them up and getting them into boxes and get them out here. I'm not going to singly wrap every radio, not a chance. So pickup would be, you know, desirable, because I, you know, sort of, once again, if I'm going to save some time by offloading these at some sort of ridiculous price, well, someone's going to have to do some work. Anyway, all right, good luck to whoever gets this. I really do mean that. It's been I mean, it's been fun collecting everything that you see, and as you guys, some of you know, this is nothing. What I'm showing you at the moment, this is nothing. We've got more buildings, we've got more. It's a job and a half, isn't it? But I'm on the accelerated path to getting things out a little bit faster that are of this sort of value. And you know, if this sells for $1, great. If it goes to somebody, you know, sort of who can do something with it and make a few bucks, good on you. And if it sells for $1,000, great. You know, I can tell you now, you don't want to ask what it owes me. It's in the thousands, no question. And I don't care. I had a lot of fun doing it. You know, that's not the issue. Money I can always make. That's not a problem. Very fortunate that way. All right, I'm out of breath, tired. I've got Rob VK2 OMG turning up in a second, so he's just going to say, "What are you?" That's not what he's going to say. He's going to say something else. What the? But yeah, I'll get these all just put on to shelf 3. But just to clarify, 4 shelves. It'll be. You know what? I may not be able to fit those Royces. 4.5 shelves somewhere. I might throw the Royces up the top there. But yeah, pretty much what you've seen. Hopefully this video explains it to you well enough to be able to work out, you know, what's of value to you. Don't forget, I mean, collectors pay RCB 55 at the moment. We've had buyers buy them for $85 to $110, and for a fact we've, you know, no question, no issue selling them for that, because people want the LED RCB 55. They just do, and it's one of those ones that they had as a kid, and you'll find that is that some of these radios, if I had the time to answer every inquiry of everybody that wanted an AM set, oh yeah, there's some real money. I just don't. But anyway, as I said, it's not about the money. Bid, enjoy, and make some room. Whoever you are that gets it all, get some room ready if you need it. All right, 73s, all the best from VK3 Charlie Mike from Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria. Cheers.